But also today I'm a bit y'all get 2 videos in one day, and that's crazy. So today I'm also gonna speak about my daddy issues, my relationship with my father, growing up, type shit. So les voy a empezar a decir poquito de mi historia. Ni que fuera la Rosa de Guadalupe. Anyways, what should I first talk about? Okay. So, my relationship with my father isn't the best relationship. But let me tell you a little bit about the past or whatever. So, basically, me and my father... Pendeja, I have something in my hair. What the hell? I need to repair my hair, girl. Yo desde chiquilla, no me acuerdo mucho. The only thing I do remember is when... This is about to be triggering for some people, so if you do not want to watch it, then don't watch it, girly, because you'll start crying. Basically, he was very... ¿Cómo te explico? He was very abusive towards my mother, and in general, he was very abusive with his words. He was very abusive throughout, like, the time he was with my mother that I remember. My mom tells me a lot of stories que pasaron, and I'm just like, what the fuck? My dad, my sperm donor, he did have a bad addiction with, I think it was cocaine. Una vez llegó a pasar que, like, we were in our old trailer y no sé de qué se agarraron, pero my mom was basically laying down, my sister was laying down with her, and, like, le pegó a mi mom, like, en la cabeza. Y luego, like, I'm sorry, it's not funny, but, so basically he hit my mom, and my mom was like, call 911, and I was like, no me sé el número de 911. Bitch, I was traumatized. I was like, what the fuck? And he basically told me, if you call that number, you will never see me again in your life. And to this day, he has completed his promise, and I quite frankly don't give a fuck if he sees this video. I do speak to him now, but it's a way process to how I began to speak to my father. So after that, he left. The cops came. I don't remember the reason why they didn't put charges, or I don't know if charges were placed. I think it's because they were married and my mom didn't have scratches on her face. I really do think that's what it was. If I can remember vividly, I think that's what it was. Ya pasó el tiempo y era muy, like, ¿cómo te explico? He was a little bitch, basically. And I don't mean disrespecting him in any type of way, but he was a little bitch. Because I remember he was never really there whenever my sister got sick that I can remember. And my mom told me one time that he wouldn't go to the hospital because he didn't want to see my sister like that. Because growing up, my sister was very sick. Well, she's still sick, pero gracias a Dios, like, todo está bien right now. She was very sick from her heart, so we were in and out of hospitals at a really young age. Like, well, not me, but her. She was in Austin, and then she got moved to Houston because this bitch has a weird condition. Like, es pobre y delicada la cabrona. I think she's allergic to silicone, metal, and gold. I think. I'm not sure. But her pacemaker now has a gold-plated shit, and, like, she has to take medication for it. This bitch be popping pills like crazy. It's crazy. But yeah. So that happened with my sister, and, like, years passed by, and we ended up meeting his stepsister or sister, and we hung out with her a few times. And then I don't remember anything else. Then when I think it was 13, 14, I got into connection with him, I believe, through Facebook. What the fuck? I just spit all over this. I'm sorry. I got connection to him through Facebook, and it was really like, girl, I really have to come out of my way to speak to you, sir. Yeah, we would speak, like, vamos a decir, every Sunday. Y luego también lo que me caga de esta historia es que mi grandma, like, I love her to death, pero fueron muchas cosas que ella me decía, es tu papá al fin del día. And that's what we need to end with, like, certain shit. Does that make sense? Porque, like, my grandma me decía, es tu papá al fin del día. He still loves you, and, like, she would tell me shit like that. Y luego, hasta que yo empecé a ver what he really was as a person. He's very narcissistic. He's very... I've tried to grow from that, and I've forgiven him for everything. Pero al fin del día, like, it still hurts, you know? Es como... Nunca se va a olvidar lo que mi papá me hizo. Does that make sense? And I also have I don't want to just blame him, but majority of the reason why I have such an unhealthy relationship with food is because of him. I remember one time he made me a bunch of fucking eggs, and like he's like, you better eat that shit, if not I'm gonna like whoop you, basically. And he would say that like él nunca nos pegaba, and like, okay, going back to the fucking story. So I would speak to him, and he was very narcissistic, and then hasta que un día, I don't know why the fuck we got into it, and he told me, I remember, bitch. Okay, so basically I was telling him about like school, because I got accepted into this school. It's like a dual credit school, and I was so fucking proud of it, because in my family the only person that graduated was my aunt, and she didn't get to walk the stage because she got pregnant at a young age, which I wanted to like, ¿cómo te explico? I don't want to be another statistic. I didn't want to not go to school. I feel like now that I'm older, it's like, girl, it doesn't matter if you go to school or not. Con que le eches un chingo de ganas a la vida, that's all that matters. Pero todavía, como era un fuego en mí que habla nada, chinga su madre. Okay, so anyways, go back to the story. Basically, lo que pasó con eso fue like, I was telling him how proud I was of myself, and then he was like, that I remember he was brushing it off, basically. And then he basically told me, you're not going to be anyone in life. You're going to end up just like your mother. Because he had so much shit to talk about my mom. I always talk shit about her. And even, like, los pleitos de ellos, no siento que like, yo me hubiera merecido eso. Like, que él me hubiera dicho sus pleitos. Because he would always tell my mom, no la bajaba de P-word, no la bajaba de S-word, like a slut puta type shit. And he was very like, he still hated her after all these years. I'm like, girl, get over it, whatever. And she was a hoe and she cheated and this and the other. Like, he would always, even till today. Okay, I'll go back to that. But so that happened. Y luego yo, de tanto enojo, yo le dije, ¿sabes qué? Because at the time he was just a bus driver and he was a taxista. Y le dije, no vas a bajar de un pinche taxista, vete a la whatever a 13-year-old girl could say. That's what I say, girl. And I ended the thing. It was like it was my grandma's computer, and then and you're done. I blocked him on everything. We never spoke again till one day I blocked him on everything. And fue un tiempo y la gente me decía like, es tu papá al fin del día, y que sabe qué, y tenía tanto enojo, tanto coraje, like, me valía verga, and he would still talk to my sister. And the thing with my father, siempre nos prometía cosas. He was like, oh, les voy a comprar esto, les voy a comprar el otro, tarara, tururu. Hasta que un día, he finally bought us school supplies one year, but even then, still wasn't much. And I mean, I'm not trying to, like, say, oh, his shit ain't shit, because he was still living in Mexico and he was sending money over here. And that happened. Mandó dinero, hablaba con Anel, y luego hasta que un día, I don't know what the fuck happened, but in the messages he said, que mañana me importa, you're my only daughter now type shit. Y yo todavía, like, después de tanto tiempo le perdoné tantas cosas para que yo esté en paz. Because I have been closer to God now. Y una cosa que me dije, my grandma told me, es que ¿por qué vas a vivir toda tu vida con rencor hacia una persona que no se lo merece? So I decided to forgive him, but I never forgot. Pero hay todavía tanto enojo, like, I don't know. Oh, I don't want to cry. But like, I don't know. It's just like, I really wanted my father to be there. And it's okay for him not to be here. Like, it's okay to cry about it because it still hurts me deep down inside. Like, why couldn't he be here all those years? And then una noche when I turned 20 last year. No, bitch, I'm fucking lying to you. Basically, whenever I got my diploma, my high school diploma, my associates, I ended up taking a picture. Y luego, I do feel bad because le falta el respeto. Pero de tantas veces que he made me feel like I was beneath him, I finally did it to him. And I was like, look, I did it. Besides, I don't know what the fuck I was trying to prove. Because he didn't deserve me trying to prove shit to him. Because of tanto enojo and tanto, like, you know, shit that I got anger from. I did everything good in school. I did everything good and I got my associates. Y luego all I sent him was a picture. Le dije, no, no que no, hijo de tu puta madre. That's what I said, and I regret it to this day, but ya está hecho. So that happened, and I blocked him again, and he just left me on red. Until one night, it was my 20th birthday, and I was in my baking room, and I was on a chair, and this TikTok pops up. I don't think I can find the TikTok. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If I can find it, I'll insert it here, right here.
Papá, tu ausencia, tus errores, tus palabras, todo me marcó. Como adulto hoy puedo decirte que en mi infancia me faltaste. Me faltó más de tu compañía, me faltaron tus cuidados, me faltó tu protección, me faltaron mucho tus consejos. Me faltó mucho más de tu amor. Incluso pensarlo me lastima, pero hoy decido liberarme y liberarte también a ti. Hoy también como adulto entiendo que no fuiste un mal padre. Solo eres un ser humano a quien nadie le enseñó a cómo ser conmigo. Sé que nadie te enseñó a amar. Quizá te enseñaron a no llorar, a no vulnerabilizarte. Quizá no te enseñaron a abrazar o no te enseñaron a estar. Quizá tu papá tampoco estuvo contigo. Hoy ya no me corresponde juzgarte, porque no me hace bien. Te libero y me libero. Te perdono, papá.
So anyways, after saying that, and thank you to that TikToker that she put in words what I could never after all these years. So after that video, I finally got the sorry I always wanted, and I felt like I would never forget. But that sorry didn't do anything for me. Like, it never did anything for me. And it's the fucking crazy part, because I went all these years, I was like, why the fuck didn't he like want me? Why didn't he look for me? Like, you know, like trying to justify anything. And I'm not trying to make my mom less, because my mom was amazing. Like, tuvo sus errores y todo, but she always was, girl. She was always with us. She never left us. She always believed in us. Like, there was instances where she a little crazy, I'm gonna lie, but she was always with us. But like, you grew up and you're like, you never had a dad growing up. The only father that I did know was my stepdad, but even then, after the fact, like after they separated, like he didn't maintain a relationship with me or my other siblings. Like, with his biological daughters he did, which was his responsibility, but let's talk about that. I hated my stepfather for like a short period of time, because there was I guess you could say an affair. It went on, and like it separated our family, and I like, it was a happy family. That's what I wanted. Like, that's what it was, like, you know? And then they finally separated, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, they just threw me to the side. And I'm so happy my sisters don't have to grow up like that, but the other three do. Me and my brother and my sister. That we all had to grow up like that. And it sucks. Because, like, even now my brother deals with some shit, pero that shouldn't define you. That shouldn't make you want to, like, ¿cómo te explico? That shouldn't make you want to use as an excuse your whole life. My dad left me. My dad left me, so I'm going to be a bad person. No, like, the fuck? Going back to my sister, she finally decided to block. Once I started speaking with him, she decided to cut it off. Because it was like, promesa tras promesa tras promesa tras promesa, y nunca las cumplió. Till one day, my sister, she had enough of his shit. And I never thought my sister would do, because my she's gullible. She was, well, that's how someone manipulating you makes you look. Does that make sense? So my sister, she finally blocked them. And then my father, the fucking narcissist he is, he was like, I know it's you, Maricela. Maricela's my mom's name. I know you're trying to push shit in their head. And I thank my mom for that. She never put shit in my head. She told me what it was. She never told me, tu papá es una mala persona, nunca. Nosotros vimos con nuestros propios ojos what it really was. Me and my sister finally, like, realized what everything went on. So, going back. Bitch, sorry, I keep hip-hopping, da-da-da-do-do-do. So then, going back to that video, me dio el perdón, and we started speaking. Pero no venía de mí yo responderle todos los días, mandarle mensaje, porque pues no, like, no mames, güey, fueron 20, bueno, technically fueron 15 años de mi vida que, like, te fuiste, nos abandonaste. Y yo perdono eso porque ya no quería tener tanto puto rencor, ya no quería tener tanto enojo, no quería... You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I was over it. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I don't want to deal with this shit. When we first started speaking, he was like, pero también entiéndeme. Like, tu mamá era... No la bajaba de... Like, I'm telling you, no la bajaba de puta, no la bajaba de... I was like, first of all, for someone that hasn't been here for the last 15 years, you got a lot of shit to say. I told him, first of all, do not disrespect my mom. My mom never disrespected you in any type of way. She never spoke bad about you. So a mí me la respetas. And he was like, okay, I'm sorry. And then he did continue to belittle my fucking mom. And I'm like, we're done. And he was like, no, I'm sorry, I won't speak about her again. I'm like, okay, bet. We started speaking, and then he told me his whole life story. And he was like, well, my mom didn't want me, and my grandma raised me, and like, you know, shit that lead up to it. Pero tú, pasando eso, ¿vas a querer que tus hijas pasen lo mismo? Like, ponte a pensar, yo de tantas mamadas que me hizo sentir mi papá, jamás quiero ser como él. And I don't know, maybe when I grow up, I'm exactly like him, and I will hate myself for it. But knowing a fucking child, like, oh my god, I don't want to cry again. But like, I know children that aren't even mine, and I love to death, and I go visit them. I go visit my aunt's babies, and it's just like, how come you never wanted me? Like, how come you didn't want to like see me grow up? And then another thing that fucking pissed me off whenever he tried speaking to me again. ¿No te acuerdas? ¿No te acuerdas cuando te compré esto? Bro, nothing, like, no me acuerdo nada bueno de mi father, and it hurts me because I want to, but all I remember is bad, and it fucking hurts me. He's like, ¿no te acuerdas cuando te compré un little Jeep y tú y Anel estaban ahí? ¿O no te acuerdas de este perro cuando vivíamos allá en esta casa? And the thing is, I don't remember, and I want to, but I can't. But yeah, damn bitch. So the time flies. I still speak with him to this day. Because at the end of the day, like my grandma said, he's your father. But I don't see him as that. I call him, sorry. I call him by his government name. I always have, and like, I feel like he told me, why do you call me that? Because that's your name. The fuck? How do you want to be called? Mr. Sir? The fuck? But basically, yeah. So that's what happened with him. And like, a veces que me dice like, oh, I love you so much, and like, take care, and tries to give me advice and all this other shit. And it's a fucking ongoing journey. It's an ongoing process. Forgiving your father for all the stuff that he's done. Like, I don't know. One day I was out. I went to go get a freaking snow cone, and he texted me, "I love you," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, be safe." He's like, "I love you so much," and I don't feel the same. And I texted my mom that day, and I was like, "Mommy, like, I don't feel nothing for this guy. Like, I don't feel nothing for this man." She's like, "Then don't say what you don't feel. Like, you don't have to respond to him." And I'm like, "You're right." And then, I don't know. It's just an ongoing process. And for those girls that have daddy issues, or like have any type of hatred towards someone, or any type of como que todavía tienes, you feel a certain type of way towards someone that has hurt you in the past, I tell you now to like release it. Ugh, bitch. I tell you now to release it and let it go. Like, hay más vida que, ¿cómo es? Hay más vida que anything, you know? It's a beautiful life, and why do you want to be mad all the time? Girl, let that shit go. I don't know, but I do deal a lot with like daddy issues. Por lo mismo, like whenever I cope, I also need to get therapy, I ain't gonna lie to you. But whenever I cope, I automatically like, it's done. Fuck it, I'm cutting you out my life. And it shouldn't be that way, but I still do it to today, and I need help, I'm not gonna lie to you. But I also feel like people are allowed to leave me whenever they want. So I have abandonment issues, girl. I have everything. I have depression. I have anxiety, girl. I have everything. But yeah. So I didn't mean to get emotional, but bitch, I got emotional. And if y'all ever need someone to talk to, girl, shoot me a message. Also for those single moms that like the father of your child is not in their life, ellos son los que miss out on the opportunity to be in your child's life. You did everything you could. You're an amazing mother, and I need y'all to know that, because I know you don't go into this shit like, oh my god, you're gonna pick an amazing husband, an amazing baby father, whatever, and they switch. Some of them might show a red signs at the beginning, but they switch, girl. So don't blame yourself. Don't beat yourself up porque vinieron de alguien que... My mom raised me by herself, basically. From 5 or 4 to 21, she's still raising me. Girl, she's still giving me a bunch of shit, and I thank my mom for that. But yeah. So thank y'all for watching my videos, and I hope you liked them. I hope I entertain y'all. I hope you learned something from this, and if you didn't, then oh well, girl. At least you had some entertainment. Girl, at least you had some entertainment for a little bit. But thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. I'm gonna be posting every Wednesday, and peace.